I want to welcome you to this class on a comprehensive study of the oil and gas lease. I think this class is one of the best classes that we offer and one of the most important classes that we offer. Now, as students of this class, you're going to be receiving, if you have not already received, two books. There's a textbook and there's also a workbook. And the assignments that you will have this month will be out of that workbook. That workbook is called Mastering Lease Obligations and Lease Termination Clauses. Let me tell you why I think this class is so critical for every land professional in the oil and gas industry. And I want to do that by showing you the next slide. I want you to read what's on that slide and digest what it's saying. What this is saying is that the oil and gas lease, which are simply pieces of paper, but they're contracts. But what this slide is saying is that these contracts are the foundation for every oil and gas company, and they're the company's number one assets. Now, I'm thinking that there may be people in your company that would take exception to that. And of course, we all want to believe that the employees are the number one asset. And I don't want to take anything away from that. Geologists might think that the science, the seismic data, which is very, very valuable, is a tremendous asset. And I don't want to take anything away from that either. But what I'm saying here is that of all of the assets for the oil and gas company, these pieces of paper, let's say this was an oil and gas lease, is the number one asset. I want to try to prove that to you. I'm going to ask a question. It's going to seem like a silly question, but I think it has an answer. And here's the question. Potentially, how valuable is this one piece of paper to an oil and gas company? Now, we have to believe that most oil and gas companies, if not all, are going to have more than one of these assets. They might have several. Many companies in their inventory have tens of thousands of these. But the question is, potentially, how valuable is this to the company? Now, we know this. We know that this potentially could be worth more or less than this particular oil and gas lease. But let's just look at this one oil and gas lease. And I want you to assume that this one lease gives your company the right to drill a well. We don't need any other leases. It's going to be a lease well. It's going to be an expensive well. As a matter of fact, it's going to cost your company $10 million to drill the well. And so they do. They have the right from this contract to drill the well. It costs the company $10 million. But in the assumption, here's the good news. It's a producer, and it's a great producer. And to date, this one well has made your company $10 million. Now, the question I have is your company happy? It's made them one piece of paper has made them $10 million. The question is your company happy? Well, the answer to the question is no, they're not happy. They've only broken even. It's made $10 million, but it costs so much to drill the well, they haven't even made a penny yet. So the question is, how much value do they want this one asset to be worth? $11 million? I'm thinking it's higher than that. It's more like $20 million or $30 million. These pieces of paper are valued at assets to the company worth potentially a gazillion million dollars. And guess who it is in the company that's responsible to maintain these, to oversee these, and be the guardians of these? It's those of us, you and me, that work in the land profession. And under our watch, these assets can be lost if we don't properly maintain them. That's why this company, or this class, is so valuable and so important for the land professional.